Hi, and welcome to Underground Video Network Behind the Counter. Mike Boroff here. With me as always is Richard.
Hello.
In this episode we've got the review of the Doctor Who season premiere and really big news in the comic book industry. So stay tuned. So Richard, there's been some pretty big news in the comic book world here recently.
Oh, definitely. Even made all the morning newses.
Yeah, and that's really rare for that to happen. I mean, even the introduction of the whole new DCU 52 barely made the press, but this really, got to the people.
Oh, definitely. It totally changes the status quo of everything.
That's right. But now you've probably already read or heard the fanfare. Justice League 12 introduced a great new storyline into the DC universe. Superman and Wonder Woman are getting it on!
I mean, Entertainment Weekly ran with the cover.
Exactly. Here's the thing. That just kind of dulls me to mainstream media. You got a whole great big universe being rewritten, barely a flub. Two characters that have known each other for years get a little kissy-kissy and all of a sudden, oh dear God, what's going on?
But the thing is, it's not an imaginary story.
No, it's not. This is per canon now. This is the way it's going to be. And
it makes sense.
It does. It makes sense. If you've read the internets, like with anything else, you've got your 50-50 split. Some love it, some hate it.
Yeah.
Rich, what do you think?
I'm all for it. It's something new. I mean, that was like the middle school jokes all the time.
Oh, yeah.
Who can Superman really have sex with?
Exactly. Watch Mallrats. That's got the best explanation of why. We can't even go into it right now because it's so filthy. But you're exactly right. Me, as anybody who watches the show knows, Superman is, there's like Doctor Who, and then there's like, they're neck and neck, Superman. Superman's my boy. And I have been pro 52, New 52 since the get-go. I really liked it. And when news of this came out, I had so many of the people I know ask me, oh my God, what did you think? What did you think? I'm like, I like it. It really, to me, makes sense. Especially in canon with what's going on right now. Lois and Clark don't have the history that pre-New 52 do.
And the chemistry's not really there.
Not yet. No, it's not. They're doing it right. Here's why I like that Wonder Woman and Superman are getting together now. We all know sooner or later Lois and Clark have got to get together.
Maybe.
Maybe. Most of us want to see it. But I want to see the slow build. I don't want to see the two of them get together just because we're used to them being together. I want to see why these two get together.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like his college years when he was dating a mermaid back in the other universe.
Exactly. So at this point in his life, for Clark Kent / Superman to engage relationships with Wonder Woman just makes sense. And if you read the book, it's not forced. There is a very, and this is very difficult for me to say for DC as much as I love them, there is a very good moment. It's a real moment. I think anybody who's been metaphorically in the situation that they are in, stress and everything, you find solace in somebody that has a commonality with you. I mean, with what's going on in Wonder Woman's life and what was going on in Superman's life, who else do they have to go to?
I mean, they're both aliens, basically.
Pretty much,
in the modern day 52 universe.
Yeah, exactly. And I think we'll take a note back from Marvel with the Spider-Man and the One More Day.
Oh.
We've seen, everybody was in uproars, oh, Peter Parker and Mary Jane should be together. I'm telling you what, I've enjoyed the story since then. I've enjoyed seeing Peter dating and having problems and having different relationships. I liked it, and I hope that they carry it over into this too.
Yeah, it just makes sense. I mean, they're equals.
Yes.
And that's what I like about it, because, physicality, they're equals, basically. I mean,
right.
Superman's a little stronger, Wonder Woman's really strong.
Oh no, she kicked the head out of him in 11.
I know, but you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It's that commonality. I mean, how do someone who could almost hurt somebody by accident.
Right.
I've always thought that. It's like Superman could almost destroy Lois by accident.
Yeah. What happens if they're laying in bed and he gets the twitchy legs? I got the twitchy legs, and believe me, my wife hates it. I can't. What happens when he does it? She's in Canada. Pow!
I mean, it just makes
it makes sense.
Yeah, like I said, it's that middle school mentality coming back, But it does make sense. Jim Lee kind of explained it a little bit about that on the CBS Morning News. You know, they thought this has been around forever in the fan base, so they decided that's what they're going to go with it for now.
And not only is it a great story so far, but even the hints that this is going to have huge ramifications throughout the DC universe are already being teased upon. If you've read Justice League 12, fantastic. I highly recommend.
Oh, definitely.
Highly recommend you jump right after Justice League International 12 because.
Or no, it's the annual.
The annual. I'm sorry. Yes, this was the annual month. Justice League International Annual #1, which I don't know why they numbered it #1, considering it's probably going to go away.
Well, it is away.
It is away. I love you, Booster Gold. Finally, there was 2 things in that issue that I really loved. We finally get to see hints of Booster's interaction with Rip Hunter.
It's still there.
It's still there. I've been waiting for it, and it paid off because in the last couple pages, Future Booster explains, he pulled a Doctor Who, he missed it by that much. But it's one of those things where it's just like, the 2 of them can't get together. Crack, they got together. He's gone.
Yeah.
So you get a very good sense of the impending doom that the 2 of them getting together is going to cause and ripple out throughout the DC universe.
Hope it's just not another crisis.
Oh, crises.
Oh, but at least we might get the Global Guardians out of this.
No kidding.
And what is the other one? The JLA?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Hints at that there's a Justice League America. Well, there's not even hints.
It's out there.
Justice League America, which I'm pretty much, from what I understand, Justice League, the Justice League America in the books is going to be what the JLI should have been.
Yeah. Well, they're going to have like Steve Trevor run the operation and stuff, so it's going to be more government funded.
Right.
More American government funded,
right.
Not the UN international.
Which really intrigues me when I found out that Green Arrow is going to be on the team, because if there's anybody that's anti like capitalism and people in power, it's my Green Arrow, and it's like he's on the team.
But he wanted to be part of the original.
That's true.
Justice League.
Yeah.
So it kind of makes sense.
It does.
And John Johns is going to be around.
Which I don't read Stormwatch.
It's good.
It's one of those ones I didn't. But after I can't remember which issue it was, where they allude that John Jones was a member of the Justice League for a while and went nuts and kind of betrayed them.
Yeah.
I really want to see how he falls into this new team.
What was it, number 8? He goes, we can't trust him or something like that.
Yes.
In the shadows. So it's been building. All this has been building. I know they probably had this all planned out, what they was going to do. I mean, it looks like they've actually set up a continuity,
I know, which brains must have been exploding at the DC offices. Like, wait a minute, we have a timeline? Oh, we're not making it up as we go? But yeah, the big news, Superman and Wonder Woman getting it on. Love it. I can't wait to see more. I can't wait to see. You're thinking to yourself, how could this go wrong? And evidently it really goes wrong.
Yeah. They're hinting at each one of the 3 might get their own Justice League.
Yeah.
So something happens.
Other big news in the comic books right now was we have an anniversary.
Definitely. Spider-Man. 50 years. I was talking about my dad the other day about this because he bought all the original Spider-Mans. He had the amazing adult fantasy number 15 all the way through, and he got me introduced, and Spider-Man's been around one of my first ones.
I mean, same here.
And this is a great story because they're introducing a new character into the Marvel Universe in here. I'm
on the wall about, was it Alpha?
Alpha.
Which, by the way, on Sci-Fi Network, great show. I'm sorry, wrong
Alphas.
Alphas. I'm sorry, the S threw me off. Alpha.
Yeah, this is Marvel's. They're trying to reinvent the wheel because this time around, because this character, no one's died in his world, so he's not getting the responsibility.
Yes.
So basically, Spider-Man becomes his sidekick.
Yeah.
In Alpha's mind.
in Alpha's mind. They formed this sidekick program, and Alpha is supposed to be Spider-Man's sidekick, but Alpha doesn't really see it that way.
Well, because he's Alpha level. You know,
right.
We always had the end of the world Omega factor, and now Reed Richards is claiming he's the Alpha with the Parker particles.
The Parker particles. That was my biggest beef with the book, was that the idea that he is the end-all, be-all of all superhuman, destroy the universe. To me, it felt a little forced.
But he looks like Kid Flash.
He does. He looks like Kid Flash.
I mean, sorry, Dave, but Kid Flash is good, but this is different.
It's almost like the junior version of what they tried to do with the Sentry.
Yeah.
Like, we have this end-all, be-all character, and he's got good intentions, but there's something could go wrong. It's like, we've seen it.
But we got a character already in the Marvel Universe that does the same thing.
Exactly.
Franklin Richards.
Yes.
I mean, why don't we just run with an established character?
Exactly. Why cram this new omnipotent character down our throat? I like the idea of Alpha. I really do. I like the idea that him and Peter Parker's lives are so parallel except for the responsibility. It's a very nice view into what the world would have been like had Peter Parker not had that sense of responsibility. So I'm super duper fine with that.
But it's just weird. And then with the Jackal.
Yeah.
Where are we going with this? Because it goes where Jackal always follows, so what? Another clone crap?
Yeah.
I mean, Marvel, get over the Clone Wars.
Yeah, But it makes for a very interesting story. I like the idea of Peter Parker being a mentor to someone. I wasn't that fond of them cramming him down. It felt rushed for him, even for a big size issue. I mean, it was too coincidental. Peter Parker's setting up this is his moment to shine in front of high school kids, and he just happens to cause an accident that causes superpowers. Like, even in comic books, that's too coincidental.
But he actually gets the girl. That
yes.
bugs me. I know it's bugging Parker a little, or Spider-Man himself, because he's seeing through him what he always wanted to see.
Yes. That boy Alpha is doing everything that nerdy Peter Parker just turned into Spider-Man wishes deep down he could have done and is doing.
So, I don't know.
I like the
contrast. So.
Exactly. I like the juxtaposition between the two of them. I just wish, why couldn't we have just made it him a superhero or a superpower? Why throw oh my god, he's going to become the end-all be-all of all, because I'm sorry if that's the case.
Well, just like what Marvel has been doing with the Avengers Academy.
Yes.
And stuff. I mean, they did talk about maybe throwing him in with them, but he doesn't really fit there.
No.
So that's why, it's different. I mean, I don't want to say that's exactly the same.
Exactly,
But it's like, we've got all these others. Let's run with some of the other stuff that Marvel's already established.
Yeah. Or even having, I know it's a little difficult with the Avengers versus X-Men right now, but it would have been neat, I mean, even to have him go to Wolverine's, the Jean Grey Academy.
Oh, yeah.
He's not a mutant, but come on, he's got the superpowers and he needs training on him. What better place to have taken him than professionals? And honestly, I would rather see Wolverine take,
slap him around a little bit? I mean...
Yeah. Because, as you've read from, Avengers vs. X-Men, Wolverine's not above putting someone down if they get too powerful. Like, I'm Alpha, I'm going to kill you all. Really? Snick! Problem solved, And the other thing, the way they handled his parents...
Sue Happy.
Yeah, Sue Happy. Yeah, exactly. Like, But
that's a modern-day parent.
That is a modern-day parent. Yes, is our boy okay? Okay, we're going to sue you. We're going to sue you for everything you have. And then luckily Tony Stark just went, basket of money. Then everything is fine,
Oh, well. And now a returning series started just the other night, and Mike?
Oh, God. It was the return of Doctor Who. God bless you, Stephen Moffat. The episode entitled was Asylum of the Daleks. Fantastic. I loved 95% of it. Let me just get that out of the way real quick. Real quick, right? Amy and Rory at the beginning, I just snap out of it. I don't know what the hell happened between you two. Them being angry and bitter with each other at first seemed very forced. Like, we need to have them two mad at each other. Let's just make them mad at each other and they're forced, just so there's story there. But the explanation at the end, for any for any couple who've been married, yeah, I bought it. I really did. But that being said, fantastic. What did you think of the surprise cameo?
The
souffle girl.
Yeah.
We're sitting there. Spoilers. We're going full out. If you haven't watched it, first of all, just stop watching the show. Just turn your computer off right now because I'm going to talk about it. We're sitting there watching the episode, and souffle girl comes up, or is, and I'm like, damn, she looks familiar. Where do I know her from? And I'm sitting there, I was like, well, she kind of looks like the girl they've got hired to play the companion coming up in the Christmas episode. No, they wouldn't be that crazy. Sure shit, it was her. I love the fact that Moffat's been known to do that before. He's put actresses that's been regulars on the show. Yeah. Martha Jones made a cameo in what was it, Age of Steel. Right. You know, it's been done before. I like to believe that she is just autonomous. That the character
has nothing to do
with the other character, the companion she's going to play later. So keep that in mind. It just had I loved every minute. I had such a warm feeling throughout that episode. It had everything I want in a Doctor Who episode. It had the silliness, the quirkiness.
I like the human turning into the Dalek.
Oh my God,
that threw me for a loop.
Exactly. He added a new level. It's something that's caused another thing that's caused a lot of controversy was you're changing the Daleks. It made sense. Because let's think about it. Daleks have always been, exterminate. Well, guess what they do now? Infiltrate. I was like, it made sense. It was an A. Why not use it? The idea that he could be a Dalek. I could be a Dalek. That guy could be a Dalek. That just adds a little bit more fear into the Daleks. Just the idea that, oh, wait a minute. What's that coming out of your head? I liked it. I really did.
That did freak me when that came out.
Oh, I was like, what? No. Like, oh, and then the egg beater or the paint roller came out of the hand. You're like, oh, super. To see that was so unique to see. You knew right off the bat something was wrong with Souffle Girl, or Rez. You knew something was off. The doctor knew it right off the bat because he kept asking her, where do you get the milk? He knew something. There was no way, but he didn't lead on. Let me ask you if you have an opinion on this. The only thing I've been asking around, and hopefully if you're watching this episode and and I haven't figured it out by now, when Orez is talking through the communicator to the doctor, the Daleks, and everything, why do we hear her real voice? Thought about that, didn't you?
Wow.
Yeah, because when she's playing a distress call within the asylum of the Daleks, or the Pantheon, we hear her voice. We don't hear the Dalek voice. Why are we hearing that and not that? That was the only beef I really had.
Probably, but who knows?
But that moment when the doctor walks into that room and she's seeing him and he's seeing what we can't see just yet, you're like, what's happening? And then when you see the Dalek, you're like, wow. Just the idea that she retained her humanity was, and it's not something that's completely brand new. We've seen Cybermen in the past
do the same thing.
They held on to that little sense of humanity, and to see a Dalek do it was mind-boggling. And I have to ask you, what is your feeling about how the episode ended with the Daleks not knowing who the Doctor was? Throwing away.
Yeah.
Let me ask you people out there. There's two minds of this: throwing away history, or how do I even put it? Freshening the story. There's so many places
that's what they're doing. That's what they're trying to do.
That's what they're trying. They're pulling a DCU 52.
Yeah.
Guess what? We don't know who the Doctor is.
Well, it is. They are kind of starting progressing towards a new beginning again, which they didn't quite do the last time.
No, they really didn't do it. I think blame us if you want, but I think the indoctrination of Doctor Who into the American culture, I think over the past couple years, Moffat and the BBC higher-ups have really found out that, oh my God, America loves us. And that there are so many new people coming into the show, maybe it's time for us to include them. Let's start some stuff over for them.
Right.
And luckily, I'm very fortunate. I went the route of the Jehovah's Witness. I just hooked a few of my family members on the show. And just real quick, if you ever get the chance to, UVNs out there, I speak to you right now. If you ever get the chance to watch early episodes, even from Chris Eccleston on up, with people who have never watched it before, to see it through new, fresh eyes, God, take the chance, because it's like watching your baby take a step for the first time. Because I introduced the show to some family through Blink, and to see them jump in fear that first time because they had no idea what was coming. I've watched Blink 100 times. I still go, good son of a... And when I watch it with people that I know who know the show watch it, they still go, ugh. But to watch it for the first time with somebody who's watched it for the first time, go, God in heaven! God! Oh. Incredible. If you ever get the chance to watch the show with somebody through fresh eyes, take it. And believe me, it will change their lives. There is a fez and a bow tie in my nephew's future coming up. But yes, fantastic. I can't wait for more episodes. I got 3 words about how I feel about the upcoming series. Damn, 5 words. I got wibbly wobbly. 5 words. Dinosaurs on a spaceship. 4 words. God, I can't count.
That poster is hilarious.
I love the fact that they're doing those posters. When I first saw those, I thought it was somebody really talented, like on DeviantArt or some fantastic artist who did them. I was like, no, they're making movie posters for them, and they are brilliant and fantastic.
Well, the doctor with Amy in his arms for this episode was just, I mean, it just crisis, that's that crisis look, But yeah, this is all new series, so.
And it's leading up, like I said, we know from the internet that come Christmas we are going to be introduced to a new companion, which I love. This, by the way, because speaking of branching off into new territory, from what I've seen, and I hope I'm right, and I believe I'm right, if I'm wrong, which I have been before, every companion we've seen thus far in the new run has been somebody from our time period. Rose was from, 95.
Right.
Martha Jones from that same time period. Donna, same time period. Amy, Rory, our time period. The new companion, played by Jenna, look up her last name. All indications from photos that we've seen say that she's from like Victorian England. So the idea of him taking on somebody who doesn't even have the concept really of electricity, telephone, cell phone, TV, radio, taking somebody from that time period and taking them to the ends of the universe, fantastic. Because, I mean, think about it. People from our time period, we're a little...
saturated.
Yes. Thank you. Brilliant word. Saturated. You're like, oh, you're still mind-boggled by this new world, but guess what? I watched Star Wars. I watched all these sci-fi movies. It's still fantastic, but to see them through somebody who, like I said, still thinks that, the stars might be holes poked in the sky... Brilliant, fantastic, can't wait. Touch on a little video game news. We talked about the Justice League earlier. If you go to the iTunes store, there is a fantastic game out right now for the iPhone, iPad. I'm not 100% sure if it's on the Android.
I haven't seen it,
so forgive me. It's the Justice League. I believe it was a $9.99 download. It's a fantastic game. The game actually uses the modern, new DCU 52 core Justice League, and it's a very enjoyable game. It's a very good game. It's not one of your more difficulty. It's a lot of running, bashing, but there's the graphics on it are fantastic. Each player starts off with the new DCU 52 costume. Upgrades are available. It's one of those games, the more you play, the more points you get, the more you can buy. Each character you're able to download earlier incarnations of the costumes, classic, like Superman example, classic costume, Kingdom Come costume.
They actually love the classic?
Yes, they did. And it's the same way, and each suit has its different attributes, you know. Same thing with Green Lantern. They went way up with Green Lantern. Green Lantern's got the modern, post-DC, or pre-DC 52 classic, full-on 60s classic.
Wow.
I mean, they went old with it, you know, and then Wonder Woman's got half a dozen different incarnations.
Wow.
The game is very enjoyable. The graphics are good, the gameplay is good. Controls were a little wonky. They were, you know, you've got your thumbstick to the side, and you've got your button over here. You've got your basic, you know, punchy, kicky, and you've got yeah. And then like for Superman, you get the power ups all along just the side. So if you want, you know, you're punching, you want super breath or freeze breath, just to the side a little bit. Heat vision up, thunder punch here, dash here, you know, and all those powers are upgradable. Very enjoyable game. Like I said, the graphics are great. In the background, there's been a lot of cameos. Joker makes an appearance. Wow. Gorilla Grodd. The only thing, so far, everybody's always complained that there's not been a very good Superman game. This is up there. I like the fact that you have to build up the character, you know, his strengths and everything. But it still kind of cheeses me off when I'm fighting a handful of Joker thugs and I get my ass whipped by Superman. You know what I mean? It's just like, really? Done. You know, but
he could sneeze.
He could sneeze. Super breath. It does damage to them, but it would blow them across the room. You know, but that was my only minor gripe. You know, but I mean, it is an iPhone game. If you get a chance to, like I said, just look up Justice League. It's very well worth the download. There's a lot of replayability because you can. I've been playing as Superman, and I made the mistake because I played so far as Superman, built him up. I got to a higher level, decided let's play Batman. Well, guess what? Batman's not built up yet. It was like 5 minutes, and like, what? I'm like, well, starting this one over, you know. So there's some good replay value in this game. So if you get a chance to check that one out, Justice League, iTunes Store, I recommend that one. Yeah.
So other than that, I think another good show, Mike.
Yeah, we've got a lot to look forward to. New episodes of Doctor Who coming out. We get to see where Superman and Wonder Woman's relationship is headed, and we're going to be able to start seeing more and more of the new Marvel Universe. So stay tuned.